Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. So for this session we're going to continue with single degree of freedom system. So in our previous lecture we have looked on how to develop the equation of motion for 4 different of vibration cases. Basically we developed the equation of motion from this equivalent spring mass diagram. So we use Newton's second law and we developed this free body diagram, and then when we use the Newton's second law whereby sigma f equals to mx double dot, so from there we can develop the equation of motion. So we have looked on how to develop the equation of motion for free vibration undamped system, force vibration undamped system, force vibration damped system, and free vibration damped system. So as I mentioned earlier, generally from this equivalent spring mass diagram we use free body diagram, and then by using Newton's second law we can develop the equation of motion. So this is a full form for equation of motion. As I mentioned earlier, we've got 4 different cases. So we've got free vibration, free undamped vibration, force undamped vibration, free damped vibration, and force damped vibration. So if you are considering free vibration, meaning that it doesn't have the external force, so the external force becomes 0. And if we don't have any and if we are considering undamped, meaning that it doesn't have any damping coefficient, so this will also become 0. So for free undamped vibration, meaning that it doesn't have external force, it doesn't have damping coefficient, so the equation of motion will become mx double dot plus kx equals to 0. Okay, so we have looked at this earlier, and if you can still remember that in our previous lecture we have also looked on 4 types of response for each cases, whereby we have the solution or the response for free undamped vibration, and then this is for force undamped vibration. So what's the difference between these two is that for free vibration it doesn't have X capital, and for force vibration we have X capital here. And this is for free damped vibration. So what's the difference between damped vibration and undamped vibration is that for damped vibration we have omega d, which corresponds to damping frequency, and for undamped vibration we have omega n, which is the natural frequency. Okay, and then this is for force damped vibration. So what's the difference between force damped vibration and free damped vibration is that for force we have X capital, and for free we don't have any X capital in the equation. Okay, so this is on the second last of your lecture notes. Alright, so let's go back to here. Alright, so basically from the solution that we have seen before for 4 types of different cases, okay, this solution actually originates from x equals to xh plus xp. So what is xh? xh is what we call as homogeneous solution. So this is homogeneous solution. So homogeneous solution is basically contributed by free vibration. Okay, so meaning that if we don't have any external force, so the equation or the solution will only be x equals to xh. But if we are considering force vibration, so the response is actually coming from x equals to xh plus xp, whereby this xp is contributed by the external force. Alright, so if we see the response, okay, this is the response for homogeneous solution. So if you can see from time to time, okay, the vibration will dies out, okay, it will become zero. But for particular solution, okay, you can see that it remains consistent. The amplitude of the response remain consistent over time. Okay, so for the case of force vibration, it is a combination between XH and XP. So you can see that from here, okay, this represent the homogeneous solution, and this is the particular solution. So if you can see from time to time, okay, the amplitude remain constant because it is contributed by external force, where the external force remain constant. So to compare this, okay, if you go back to the response here, so we know that response is actually originates from X equals to XH, which is homogeneous solution, plus particular solution. So as I mentioned, particular solution is due to the external force, while XH is due to free vibration. Okay, so if I want to categorize this, okay, so this is actually homogeneous solution. It doesn't have any particular solution. Why? Because it doesn't have X capital in the equation. So meaning that this is the solution for free undamped vibration. Free means it doesn't have any external force, therefore this is XH, which is the homogeneous solution. Okay, same goes to this one. We don't see any X capital here, so this is actually homogeneous solution. But when we have external force, okay, so the response will become XH plus XP. Okay, so if we look at force undamped vibration, so this is the XH homogeneous solution, plus this is the particular solution, right? And then same goes to force damped vibration. This is the homogeneous solution, and plus this is the particular solution, right? So I hope by now you can see the difference between homogeneous solution and particular solution. Alright, so let's look at free vibration of single degree of freedom system. So basically, a system is said to undergo free vibration when it oscillates only under an initial disturbance with no external force acting after initial disturbance. So if I could if I draw this pendulum, okay, so a free vibration means we give it initial disturbance. So I push it this pendulum counterclockwise. So what will happen is that this pendulum will go to here, and then it will go back to the original state, and then it will go to this direction, okay, and then it will go back, and then it will go back, and then eventually it will dies out over time if there is no external forces acting after initial disturbance. So that is what we call as free vibration. So for single degree of freedom, one coordinate, which we can represent it as X as the direction. So we can use Y, we can use Z, we can use whatever letters, okay, as long as it is one coordinate. to specify the position of the mass at any time. Okay, so for free vibration, again, there is no external force applied to the mass. And if we are considering undamped system, meaning that it doesn't have any damping coefficient, okay, so what we can see that the response will become like this, whereby it will oscillate and then from time to time it will dies off. Okay, but if we are considering damped system, so the response will become, it goes up and then eventually it will dies up, so it will not oscillate. Okay, so that's a difference between damped system and undamped system. You can imagine like an absorber. So when we have an absorber, so we will get the amplitude and then suddenly it will be absorbed and then it will dies out, so we won't have any oscillation. Alright, and then it is also important for you to understand the direction, because if we want to develop the equation of motion, we need to draw the free body diagram. So we need to know the direction of the vibration. Alright, so let's consider a tower. Okay, so this is an example of a tower. So think, if let's say this tower experience vibration due to the wind, so will it vibrate vertically, or do you think that it will vibrate horizontally? Okay, so of course, due to external wind, it will not vibrate vertically, it will vibrate horizontally. So we can represent it as this, and if we want to draw the equivalent spring mass system, instead of like this, okay, this does not represent this because it means that it will vibrate vertically. Okay, so this is wrong. So in order to represent the case of the vibration of this tower, so the equivalent spring mass system will look like this. Okay, or you can also draw it like this, as long as it shows that the vibration occurs horizontally. Okay, so this is the correct equivalent spring mass system that represents the vibration of the tower. So this is just a bit of overview on a single degree of freedom vibration system. So in the next session, we will look on free vibration of an undamped translation system. Thank you very much. So see you again in the next session.